Hi everybody, welcome to what is probably part 7 of Kirby's Dreamland 3. Right now it's episode 6, but remember I missed, I forgot to record or something when I was doing like the first 2.5 levels of Sand Canyon, so oh well. Those Waddle Dee ghosts in bottles are kinds of fun enemies. I think my cat has a cold. He's just been sneezing all week. It's kind of sad, but also kind of funny just to hear a cat sneeze, especially, you know, really loudly and violently. Usually when cats sneeze, it's kind of like a delicate thing. I used to, in middle school, like make fun of my teachers based on the way they sneezed, because our principal would sneeze like this, whereas our math teacher would sneeze like this, like the loudest, most dramatic possible sneeze. I also had a friend who was like a camp counselor who had such a loud sneeze that it was like legitimately frightening. It was just like anyway, rice balls are good, steak tacos are pretty good, pomegranate popsicles are pretty good, although I don't like calling them popsicles. I like calling them frozen fruit bars, because popsicles, you know, sounds like those like little fingertip, like, you know, little kid food. Whereas frozen fruit bars are like manly and rectangular and I don't know. This was 17 or 27 minutes of footage and I cut it down to 17. We had some failure with Madame Choo Choo here, and that's just me and those two fake doors in a row. Anyway, you supposedly have to come here with Choo Choo and fire, but it's not actually required, so I don't know why the person on the walkthrough told me it was required. Like, yes, walkthrough, oh my goodness. This part was really, like, annoying. We'll get to the annoying part. Okay. So, you really want to keep fire, don't you? But then you get to this part. You get to this part and you need cutter to progress. So it's like, okay, I'll get cutter. And now we lost our fire ability. So, guess you could leave, I don't know, those rocks might come back though, but yeah, it's like, and this is a very sort of like vertical level coming up here. I was so scared of these Kabus guys, when really I could just kill them by bumping into them slightly from below. Okay, so here, I thought it would help me to be safe. I got the ice power up, and it kind of helped, but it was also really inconvenient at the same time. It wasn't incredibly convenient, so this level just kind of was unnecessarily stressful because you have to keep Choo Choo and then just make it to the top of a vertical level, and like Choo Choo, her flight is not infinite, so, and then you have these like really like these platforms you have to sort of get around, and like there's always an enemy there, and like how are you gonna defend yourself unless by using a power-up, and the power-up keeps you from grabbing the ceiling. It like, anyway, this is a stupid level. I don't like it. I do not like this level the way it's designed, so, but we got through it. There's probably a better way to do it, and I just did it this stupid way. Yeah, finally, we made it to the end. Okay. Coffee is also good, and bagels, and roast beef sandwiches and muffins and panini sandwiches. I like how some restaurants try to pass off paninis that, you know, don't have like those press lines on them. It's like, that's what a panini is. But no, they just like slap a few like slices of normal bread together and say it's a panini. It's like, no, panini means it was pressed in like a panini grill. Anyway, I don't know why I'm so mad and upset about paninis at this point. I have a lot of like sort of time on my hands, I guess, but I also like, it's a weird time. It's like April, like I still have to do a lot even though I'm done with classes, so I don't know what I'm gonna do today, but I'm just kind of doing this to kill time and because I love Kirby and I want to make some progress on. That was an unusually smooth cut, but yeah, I died to these stupid bowling balls. And yeah, here's the pyramid. It's a very long level. There's like 6 or like it's like 6 pieces of a 5 or 6, I don't freaking remember. It's like pieces of a robot that you gotta pick up. So we're doing this one first. It's very surreal. They have a similar pyramid in Kirby 64, but this was obviously the inspiration. Here you have to, you know, on your way up you're fine, but on your way down you have to pass through the blue things. It's kind of stupid. If you don't go fast enough, you will die. But fortunately, dying in this level does not make you lose any of the robot parts. However, you do have to keep going down to this part right here, and I have sped up because you have to go through this part like at least like 3 times to get different power-ups and abilities and partners, and you only need Kine and Ku, so I don't know why everyone else is here, like Nego and Pidge. They're not gonna do anything. I hate this cutter guy, this boomerang guy at the very top. He always gets me on my way out of there. It's very ill-spirited. And here you have to float across the gap, and then in the next room you'll need like the current. You'll need Kine to swim against the current. So I just beat this like free game on Steam today. It was called Mission Zigloton, and it was developed by this like Belgian guy, and the game was like cute. It was like, it took me an hour to beat, so it wasn't too short. You know, the controls felt okay. The platforming was really lazy. Like half of the game was about like dodging spikes, like really precisely. It was stupid. It was like low ceilings and you have to like jump over spikes. And then there were like I wanna be the guy spikes that like came at you. Those that were actually really funny. But the stupidest part of the whole game was you get to the final boss, and I kid you not, he ripped off the arcane golem from the messenger, which I just played the messenger like last year, and I did an LP of it like 6 months ago. And it was like a head and hands boss, and all the hand movements were exactly the same as the arcane golem from the messenger. So he like put his Instagram and his Facebook at the end of the game. So I'm legitimately thinking about sending him a message saying, like, you can't just copy something that blatantly from Sabotage Studios, you know, this hardworking, you know, indie company from Quebec, and just claim their work as your own. Basically, that's like, you know, plagiarism. I consider that plagiarism, you know. But it was even more lazy because, like, the boss, its hands had a pattern, but, like, the head just, like, followed you. It's like if you were in the center of the room, then it was in the center, and if you were on the left, then it was on the left, and it was really stupid. And it had, like, it moved its hands in the way that, like, oh, by the way, I die here. It's very hard not to die there. And then, of course, once you die, you have to go back and get Q and Stone and try to do it without dying. But it's nice that, you know... Oh, and this took forever. It probably shouldn't have took forever. I probably could have gone to the top and busted through, but I didn't because I was stupid. Anyway, did I finish that rant about Mission Ziglaton? I think so. It was a very silly game, which, you know, sometimes, every once in a great while, I'm down to, like, just try a free game on Steam and, like, see if it's any good or see if it's a total crap pile. Because, you know, it's hit or miss with some of these amateur indie game developers. So it really makes you take, or reminds you not to take, like, you know, professional games for granted. In other news, I've been playing a bit of Paper Mario. I beat Chapter 7, which is always my favorite chapter because it has such a... The snow levels are just always so serene, and it has a whole very, like, very pretty, cozy, sort of Hans Christian Andersen feeling to it, and the music is some of my favorite music in the game from the snow levels. And I'm talking about the original Paper Mario on the N64, and I have it on Wii Virtual Console. Yay! But, like, at this point, like, I'm just revisiting all these old areas, like looking for star pieces and looking for Chuck Quizmo, who gives you star pieces, and that's honestly my favorite part of the game, when you're kind of just done with everything and just kind of exploring. And, like, getting a genuine reward for your exploring, because, like, you know, it'll be like, hey, there's a star piece here that you haven't gotten yet. So... I don't know. This room is kind of like, you don't go in the center, but there's no real rhyme or reason to, like, the way you go. Basically, I don't know. This didn't work, unfortunately. I couldn't find a way to break the blocks above me with ice, so... Guess we're using Needle then. Yay, Needle. Porcupine Tree is a band. No, I don't know. Yeah. For some reason, it's a bit more fun to like explore, like, in Paper Mario than in, like, something like Xenoblade Chronicles. Just, like, there are so many NPCs, and they're, like, random, and they're tiny, and, like, you never know if they're gonna be there at day or night, and, like, sometimes the game helps you out by putting a exclamation mark or a red exclamation mark on the map, or, like, or you'll need specific items which are dropped by specific enemies, and this is creepy, by the way. And, like, I don't know, I don't feel like the game does a whole lot to help you out unless you're already, like, a Xenoblade expert. So I almost never play that game without having the Xenoblade wiki open. You know, unless I'm just, like, progressing through the game. Whereas Paper Mario, I don't really need to do that because I can just, you know, wander around, and then I'll hear the sound that's like bling, 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 and I'll know that there's a star piece that I haven't gotten yet. Or I'll see Chuck Quizmo, and he's like, you know, his character design is like yellow and blue, and he pops out on, like, pretty much every screen in the entire game. So I don't know, just some thoughts on, like, different game design that I like better than other game design, and it's like, that level is surprisingly long, by the way. Like, putting 2 whole screens after the pyramid, I guess if you don't go through the pyramid and try collecting everything. Also, that scientist guy, he looked kind of like a monkey or a gremlin, or I don't know. Anyway, yeah, pretty much every level in this game is really pretty. Like, the desert level is so pretty. Like, the little Stonehenge things everywhere, the saguaro flowers, cacti, whatever. That's what they look like, some like nice saguaro cacti. So this boss always takes a long time. It took a bit less time using stone, but this boss always takes a long time. It seems like every LPer, once they get to this boss, is obligated to make some sort of Animal Crossing joke, but I never played Animal Crossing and I'm not really a fan, so I'm not gonna do it. But it sure is a raccoon and a fox. And it sure is that one boss that you fought in Dreamland 2, just like more... It's like, why are you killing these innocent, like, baby raccoons and baby foxes? I don't know. What do they do that deserves such a crime? Their only crime was trying to protect their home as, like, a federally preserved land that, like, humans couldn't come in and, like, screw up by, like, trying to chop down all the forests and dam up all the rivers. Of course, this is a desert, so I guess they would be like mining or creating like pipelines, or like there's ways that humans can screw up every natural environment. Here I was trying to be fancy by like going over every platform and tracing it. If that makes any sense. It probably doesn't. And that's the end of Sand Canyon. So I will see you in the next level, which is probably level 4, maybe. I don't know. It could be level 4. Bye. I guess. Bye. Bye.